Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by HIKI NŌ Founding Underwriter Bank of Hawaii, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ. And HMSA, helping Hawaii's youth and their families stay healthy today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. HMSA, trusted for generations.
Aloha mai kākou. I'm Nohea Miller, a proud graduate of Halau Ku Mana Public Charter School.
And I'm Olu Schaller, a senior at Halau Ku Mana, which is one of more than 80 schools participating in HIKI NŌ.
Many of the courses and extracurricular activities at Halau Ku Mana are rooted in Hawaiian traditions, so it's no surprise that most of the stories we've created for HIKI NŌ have been about different aspects of Hawaiian culture.
But we're not the only HIKI NŌ school to do so. The program has seen an abundance of stories on Hawaiian culture.
In this special edition of the nation's first statewide student news network, we like to share just a few such stories from past shows with HIKI NŌ, focused on Hawaiian culture. Fishing can play a very important role in the life of a Hawaiian community. Here's a story from Hana K-12 School on how the tradition of Akule fishing creates a tight bond for their East Maui community.
In the heart of Hana lies Kapuokahi, where the tradition of Akule fishing is still practiced. Uncle Blondie Kaina, a Hana fisherman, explains the process of how Akule is gathered and its importance to our community.
The whole purpose is the fish we can, it's for the community actually. It's a community use. Everybody in the community have fish. The first thing we do is make sure that the net is loaded up in the boat. That's top priority. Then the kilo man, his job is to come and look where the fish are. And if the fish is in the bay or a spot where that we can go and get it, then he'll get, my job is to go get the paddlers.
We get out there working with the kilo, which is Uncle Blondie, and he's on the shoreline, and we're in the water, and we have communication with the radio, and if it's all possible, we're all watching the fish, and then he'll let us know when the time to go and drop the net, and we'll start from there and go around the pile.
And then we have the bus boat. Their job is to go around and around in the net so that the fish be scared and go to the net, and then we can bring it up. So what they do when they're done, they'll stay over there and then they'll help Randy and whoever paddles with him, and they're there to help pick up the net, take the boat up to Igat's house, where we do, everybody comes by, the whole community, whatever people come from the community and take out the fish, put them in a cooler, ice them down, and then we mahele the fish.
Mahele means to divide and to share. The Akule caught is shared with the community. This tradition is a multi-generational tool that teaches respect, hard work, patience, discipline, and ultimately kuleana. Kuleana to our ocean, to our running streams, to our ohana, and to our ancestral lands. However, because of the depletion of ocean life and overfishing in the waters off of Hana, the Akule tradition is in danger.
Oh, it changed a lot. From 20 years ago, and beyond that, it was easy to get akule. Now, it's rare. It's getting less, and getting less.
This is Teua Teiva from Hana K-12 School signing off for HIKI NŌ.
And now a story from my school, Halau Ku Mana, in the Makahiki district of Oahu, about the making of a Hawaiian delicacy.
To make pa'iai, you need your pohaku ku'iai, the board, kuala, your steamed and cleaned kalo, pohaku ku'iai, the poi pounder, kahi, or plastic scraper, 2 tea leaves with the spines removed, and your bowl with clean water. After wetting the board and the pohaku ku'iai, you're ready to begin.
Pa'akiki is the first step of making pa'iai. Use the pohaku ku'i'ai to mash the larger pieces of koala into smaller pieces. Pa'i'ai is the stage just before adding water to make poi. Even though it's more common to eat poi, making and eating pa'i'ai is becoming more popular. A nai is another way of using the pohaku ku'i'ai. Rub the pohaku ku'i'ai back and forth on the papa ku'i'ai to take out the pu'upu'u or lumps within the kalo. According to ancient mo'olelo, Haloa na Kalau Kapalili was the stillborn child of Wākia and Ho'ohoku Kalani. Haloa was buried, and from that spot grew the first Hawaiian kalo plant. Wākia and Ho'ohoku Kalani's next child was also named Haloa, and he was the first native Hawaiian.
After removing all the lumps from your pa'i'ai, place the pa'i'ai in the middle of the tea leaves. Gather your ends of the tea leaves and use the stem ends to wrap the aiholo or ready-to-travel food. Pa'i'ai is hypoallergenic, easily digested, gluten-free, and low in fat. Reporting from Halau Ku Mana Charter School, this is Poliahu Lindsay and Nohea Miller for HIKI NŌ.
The legacy of Hawaii's ali'i plays such an important role in the missions of schools founded by them. Here's a story from St. Andrew's Priory in downtown Honolulu about their annual celebration of that legacy.
Queen Emma founded St. Andrew's Priory, an all-girls school, in 1867. Her vision was to provide Hawaii's young women with a quality education. Every January, Priory students celebrate her birthday at Mauna Ala, the site of Queen Emma's burial, which is located in Nu'uanu. On this special day, the senior class has the great privilege of leading Priory's traditions by participating in ceremonial blessings at the Royal Mausoleum.
Mauna Ala was a wonderful, wonderful experience. It really touched me. I got a lot more emotional than I thought, especially at the sermon that Dr. Chun gave. He's the former headmaster of Kamehameha Schools, and he really just captured the vision of Queen Emma, and it was really inspiring for me and motivated me to, live out what Queen Emma saw for girls in Hawaii.
I realized that I was part of this bigger culture, this Hawaiian history that we have. And even though I'm not Hawaiian, I still got emotional because I realized that we all are part of this Queen Emma's vision.
At Queen Emma's tomb, each person presents a rose, the Queen's favorite flower, and places it on the steps of the tombstone. Hawaii Aloha is then sung as everyone joins hands forming a circle around the tomb.
So after we went to Mauna Ala, it was a very reflective and personal experience. After we had placed the pink roses on Queen Emma's grave, it felt like you could feel her presence around us, and it made me really understand the rich culture and history of Hawaii, and it made me feel proud to go to a school that she founded.
The yearly celebration of her birthday is the perfect opportunity for the students of St. Andrew's Priory to thank Queen Emma for her hard work and for all that she did for the young women of Hawaii. This is Melissa Lee at St. Andrew's Priory reporting for HIKI NŌ.
The ancient Hawaiian art of hale, or house building, is brought to life in this story from the students at Ke Kula Niihau o Kekaha on Kauai.
Hiti mila na homana o ke kula ni o Kekaha i tamala o National Tropical Botanical Gardens ma Hawaii, Kauai no takotu ana I tatutula hale Hawaii.
That's the outer bark. That's all we want to take off is the outer bark. Gotta pull slow and steady.
Eia ke tahi manawa mai mai te moro e pili ana I te tutula hale ana.
When we were talking about developing the Hale project and using a lot of volunteers, the Laulima concept of many hands to help build, first thought for me was to try reach out to our community, and in particular students of the Hawaiian language. So the charter schools were the logical place to go, and in any language, unless you utilize the language in a particular field a lot, you tend to lose the vocabulary. And since no traditional style hale have been built in a very long time, I thought it'd be a really good way to sort of resurrect the vocabulary.
Aia ke kahe manawa mai I a collision tani mai e pili ana I tatutula hale ana.
Tu mea nui, no tia tutulu hale Hawaii. Oia no ta malama ani ta orero. Ta orero na hau mana I ho maupupu ai, oia no ta olokea. Ho hana ia me paai ta lala. Ia hiti ala ku te ihi ta alu mai no te mo lala.
Viliana mātou I te ataula, te mea mātou mai o te ataula ma vaina tau manamana lima, a ko ana mali o ai te mea, ko vili mai o mai tau piki ai tau tam. Eia o Francis and Nancy, ka tahu tūtulu, e hoi te ana I a mātou e pili ana I ka tūtulu hale Hawaii ana.
So now, if you want to build a hale, you got to have a reason and a purpose. Then you got to go out and you got to look for your resources. Then you kukulu your pai. You gotta then you gotta kanu your posts. It's better to you have to have all your posts already cut, all the notches, put them all together inside. Then you gotta put the olokea inside, and then you gotta work from the olokea, and then you put your attaching on.
E tāna like ana o kainoa, ke tahi o ta Francis Haumana. E pili ana I tona mana o no ta ne'e mua ana aku mahope o ta ho'o maha ana o Francis.
He expects us to retain his knowledge, take forth his knowledge, and it's in my complete intention to do that. I love hale building. It's been a passion of mine since I was a child, and no matter what, I always come back to it. It's a root for me. It's a place of center, and I could never stop this, no matter what. It's part of my culture, it's my history, and the more I perpetuate it, the more I know my children will perpetuate it, and it will never die as long as we keep it going.
Mai ke Kula ne o Kekaha mai o wao no a nela sate no ta kukalanu ho HIKI NŌ ma PBS Hawaii.
The importance of having a place to learn about one's culture cannot be overestimated. Surprisingly, such a place has only been constructed recently on the campus of Kamehameha Schools Kapalama. Here's their story on their Hawaiian Cultural Center.
Students at Kamehameha's Kapalama campus have been digging into their native culture by way of a new facility dedicated to all things Hawaiian. The Ka'iwa Kilomoku Cultural Center helps guide students back to their roots.
This building in itself, it carries this aura and this feeling when you come in that you feel comfortable and you feel welcomed, and that's what being Hawaiian is about. These values that we learn in class, like ho'okipa, it's just a being and a way of life, I think.
The center is intended to be a place where people can gather, people of all ages, where we can learn from one another. We're excited about our classes. We want our students to not only learn from the kumu, but also from our makua and kupuna.
From whipping up culinary creations to learning traditional artisan techniques, the center opens a new chapter to students not found in textbooks.
That is free choice. You can do that on your own.
This class is about getting back to our roots. It's more of learning about what our kupuna did in their daily lives. And it's a class that is trying to teach us how we can apply those skills and those things that our ancestors used in the 21st century today.
But creating the center was no easy task. After 20 years of negotiating different philosophies, personalities, and approaches to fulfill the vision of our school's founder, Bernice Pauahi Bishop, the center finally came to fruition this past September and earned a spot on Honolulu's hillside campus.
So yes, it did come with a lot of challenges. As much as people perceive us to be a Hawaiian school back then, the focus really wasn't on Hawaiian language or cultural studies. Pretty much it was ingrained in our minds that we prepare for college and that we prepare in a certain way.
Why is this your Kuleana?
The Cultural Center hopes to extend its reach beyond the campus to those seeking to perpetuate Nohona Hawaii, the Hawaiian way of living and learning.
But I think that we're definitely moving in the right direction, especially with this new Culture Center and offering courses like this. And I think it's really up to how each student interprets their experiences here. Like some get more of a Hawaiian experience while others don't.
And it's through these kinds of hands-on experiences that the Hawaiian culture can thrive for future generations to come. Reporting from Kamehameha Schools Kapalama campus, I'm Tiana Haubuna for HIKI NŌ.
Sometimes important family traditions are taken over by the younger generation when they least expect it. Such was the case in this story from Punahou about that school's legacy of their Holoku Ball.
The Eldredge family has been running Punahou's May Day program and Holoku pageant for over 47 years.
My mother contributed so much to the Holoku pageant. Her passion was so great, and she really created a program that was very special to her heart.
When Hattie became the director of the Holoku pageant at Punahou, she honored the traditions and the culture of Holoku and all the May Days at Punahou that had come before. But being Hattie, she put her own creative stamp upon it. Each one of the girls, instead of representing an island and being in a satin holoku, was dressed to represent one of the women ali'i of the past. And so she began to teach also, as well as entertain with the Holoku pageants.
But after their mother's unexpected passing, sisters Lelehua and Naulea decided to carry on the family tradition of creating these grand productions.
We knew that was always a desire of my mother's to, for hopefully us to continue the program. It's been our family for many years. Leah's always been a part of the Holoku pageant. She's been a part of the kahiko portion for many, many years. I've been a part here and there directing certain numbers.
It was really a natural progression. So my nieces Lelehua and Laulea, Hattie's daughters, took over, and they're the directors now, and this is their second year. And you know, they're really the only people who knew more than anyone else how the pageant was run.
My relationship with my sister has enhanced tremendously since, you know, we've become the co-directors of the program. My sister and I are very different people. You know, we both have our strengths and our weaknesses. My sister is very much an organizational type. For me, my strength is more of the creativity component, you know, bringing the theme, the storyline together. So together we complement each other quite well.
Through many months of hard work and dedication, the two sisters organized and directed the 2011 Holoku pageant, which took place only 9 months after their mother's passing.
Since, you know, our mom's passing and having to work together and live together has made us grown so much, and you know, we love each other even more than we ever have before, and I think that's something that's so special and so great about it.
As preparations for the 2012 Holoku pageant are underway, Lelehua and Naulea are looking forward to sharing their passion for the Hawaiian culture with the Punahou and local community. This is Elena Kobayashi reporting for HIKI NŌ on PBS Hawaii.
Now a story from my alma mater, Halau Ku Mana, about an ancient Hawaiian tradition that has become a highly anticipated annual event for students and faculty alike.
Every year since 2007 at Halau Ku Mana Charter School, located in the valley of Mauna Loa on the island of Oahu, we've observed the Makahiki season through a 3-day celebration.
From day one being our cleaning day, when we malama aina, we got to clean our whole campus, we cleaned the stream, and we prepared our campus to host an event and to host a ceremony.
The following day, members of the community who practice Hawaiian culture and values, such as Keone Nunes, Paula Funga, and Uncle Wes Sen, came to our school to share their insight, mana'o, and different ways of learning that are important to us as Hawaiian people.
We had people come in sharing different insight, different mana'o, and different ways of learning that were important to us as people.
If you are making kaula with, I want you to sit on each side.
We start off day 3 with the ceremony. We give ho'okupu lono, play Makahiki games. We end the day in our Makahiki celebration with a big pa'ina. We play Makahiki games like mo'opohe'e, which is wooden dart sliding, ulumaika, stone bowling, alo'ia, which is the Hawaiian version of dodgeball, o'o'ihe, spear throwing, and kukini loa, which is a long foot race.
For me, Makahiki is a season in which we can share the things that we've learned over a period of time. It's a time to ho'ike, again, to share our knowledge, to demonstrate the skills that we've attained. And this is really important because this is a way that we can not only celebrate and acknowledge the contemporary skills that we're learning today in the 21st century, but also an opportunity for us to acknowledge and celebrate all of the knowledge that we're learning, wisdom that we're gaining from our ancestors and bringing it into the future.
Makahiki is important to me because it's a time where we can grow our food. It's a time when we can think back on the past of the time of what we call war, the time of ku, a time to ho'olu within yourself and grow within yourself and become a better person and to step back from all of the things that you've been through and become a better person.
Makahiki at Halau Ku Mana is a time for students and staff to reflect, learn, and have fun. Reporting from Maunalaha Valley on the island of Oahu, this is Anela Hudson for HIKI NŌ.
We hope you enjoyed watching the special edition of HIKI NŌ as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you.
The stories you've seen represent just a small sampling of features on the rich culture, history, and traditions of the Hawaiian people.
And it's just the beginning. As HIKI NŌ moves forward, more and more stories of Hawaiiana will be created and shared with the world.
It's just another way that Hawaii students show that they HIKI NŌ
Can do.
Be sure to tune in next week for another edition of the nation's first statewide student news network.
You know, as oral historians, we come with our set of questions for our interviewees. We come with a certain perspective. When I watch HIKI NŌ, I notice that the student sometimes asks questions that we would not think of. And I think that's important, that a new generation asks their own questions to get new answers and to share with us a new view on things.
Broadcasts of HIKI NŌ are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by HIKI NŌ founding underwriter Bank of Hawaii, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI NŌ. And HMSA, helping Hawaii's youth and their families stay healthy today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. HMSA, trusted for generations.